got people about to take a day trip. Roll the windows, roll one up, let's make a spaceship. Where's the volume? Turn it up. Who got the
wasn't that MGK? Yeah. I could spend this whole episode talking about how much I love MGK, but we won't. But I just love the vibe of that Miss Sunshine video. Just chilling with a couple friends, driving, riding on little mini cars. Like, we should all strive to have friends like that. They're just like, hey, you want to be in my music video and just ride around in little cars? Like, I fucking love the vibe. I love the vibe. He looks like he's just having an awesome ass time with his friends. And I think those are his same homies from like day one, So I love that. Like, I absolutely respect the fuck out of that. That's awesome. If you can hear coughing in the background, that's my baby. We don't know what's going on. It's definitely allergies. I don't know. We're starting to think that maybe she has a gluten intolerance, just like my 9-year-old does. 'Cause now, like, almost everything she eats, she starts coughing. So we're just trying to cut out gluten. She already can't have nuts of any kind. She's allergic to all tree nuts. We're trying to cut out dairy because right now it just seems like everything she eats makes her cough, and she's like trying to like clear her throat. It just everything she eats like irritates her throat, and she's currently just taking Claritin until we can get her back to the allergy doctor. She went to the allergy doctor a couple weeks ago. I think I talked about this in a past episode. This is her third allergy doctor, and the fucking doctor didn't bother checking to make sure that the allergy medicine she prescribed her for all these issues with almost everything she eats, she didn't double check to make sure that the medicine she prescribed wouldn't lower my daughter's threshold for seizures because she has epilepsy. So I don't really want to talk about it, but she did have a breakthrough seizure a few weeks ago. She had been taking that allergy medicine for 3 days, and she had a breakthrough seizure, which sucks because it starts the clock all over again. We have to go 2 years seizure free before they'll retest her. And that breakthrough seizure, we just needed to get to December 2025. And so that breakthrough seizure reset the clock because her fucking doctor, we told her she had epilepsy. It's in her chart. It's frustrating. I don't like talking about it. But, so yeah, it's just one thing after another with my kids. Yeah. Because my 9-year-old has a gluten intolerance. The baby has epilepsy. She's also allergic to all nuts, tree nuts. And then now it's looking like that she may be allergic to gluten too. A good friend of mine suggested to me when I told her the other day that it just seems like everything she eats irritates her, and she's coughing most of the day. And she was like, I wonder if she has a gluten intolerance too, because my friend is gluten intolerant, so she knows what to look for. And she's like, that was me before I learned that I was gluten intolerant, is that everything made me cough, everything irritated me that I ate. So we've been cutting out gluten, cutting out dairy, and that seems to be helping. But even like acidic stuff, like she had pineapple the other day. So I don't know what we're gonna do. She starts kindergarten in a few weeks, and yeah. So yeah, if you hear the coughing in the background, it's her. She's okay though. It's frustrating. It's hard to see your kids dealing with stuff. And then the gluten intolerance, that's been hard to navigate with my 9-year-old because she loves going to birthday parties. And birthday parties have been hard for her because she can't have the pizza, she can't have the cake, and she is a trooper at the birthday party and acts like this stuff doesn't bother her. But as soon as we get in the car, she just bursts into tears. And then I burst into tears because it breaks my heart that my baby can't indulge in pizza and cake. But we did go to this place. Shout out to City Cakes off of 2100 South. They made her a super cute cake. Her birthday was July 18th, and we did her party on the 19th. Cake was $95, but City Cakes makes gluten-free and vegan cakes and stuff. The cake was really good. She wanted it Dogman themed. They had no idea what Dogman was. So, but I sent them a picture. They did a really good job. They did a good job on her cake. And it was really good. So, shout out to City Cakes. They did a good job. But anyway, welcome to the 13th episode of Play With Your Dick, Not Me. I realized something the other day when I was driving, that I never introduced myself. I just assume the whole world knows me. So, my name is Mercedes. Everybody calls me Sadie. This is so weird to be introducing myself, episode 13. Nickname, self-proclaimed Capricorn Clark. So, I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of, I wouldn't say borrow, because I'm a Capricorn too, and my last name is Clark, so, but I heard that name for the first time during the Diddy trial that I tried very little to not pay attention to. I just, after watching Surviving R. Kelly, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't, that stuff is all traumatizing. But we're not here to talk about that. But yeah, there was a witness with the name Capricorn Clark, and I'm like, that'll fit me perfectly, because I'm a Capricorn, and my last name is Clark. So, I'm Sadie, aka Capricorn Clark, or I guess the second Capricorn Clark, because the other one was known before me. Whatever, she's her and I am me. But, no shade. But yeah, episode 13. I also wanted to give a shout out to Crazy Eli Bounce Houses. We have gotten bounce houses from them for the past couple years. They are awesome, amazing people. Family-owned business here in Tooele. Great customer service. My daughter, my middle child who just had a birthday, she loves the bounce houses, so we get them like almost every year. My husband loves the fucking bounce houses, so we get them every year. Like, his birthday is like 2 weeks before our 9-year-old, and so yeah, it's like seeing his inner child come out. The only time he relaxes and is just a full-blown kid is when we get a bounce house, and he's like counting down the minutes till all the kids go home so he can have the bounce house to himself. And he'll make me go down it a zillion times. Our girls, we'll play with that damn bounce house into the midnight hours. Like, we have a blast. So yeah, Crazy Eli's, if you don't know who to call for a bounce house here in town, I definitely recommend them. We've tried Jumping Jacks, and honestly, we prefer Crazy Eli's. Like, you can't go wrong with Crazy Eli's. I also wanted to shout out Griffles. It's a plasma center. There's multiple locations in Salt Lake City. A friend of mine, actually Chelsea, who was on episode 11. Chelsea was the one who turned me on to giving plasma donations. When I was unemployed last year, she had mentioned it to me about a way to just make some money and also help save lives. So yeah, I started going a few months ago. They did put me on their default list for a while because I wanted my ears pierced, and I kind of forgot that was a rule, that you can't donate and have piercings and stuff. And so they put me on their, I think it's default, or I don't remember what the term is, but basically, like, I couldn't go and donate for 3 months because they just had to make sure, that I didn't, pick up any, transmittable diseases or anything. So I donated for a little bit, and then I had to wait 3 months. That 3 months is now up, so I'm back to donating plasma again. The first 4 times you go, it's $100 the first 4 times, so that you'll make you'll make $100 the first 4 times you go, and then after that, because you can only go twice a week. So after that, I believe it's 40 the first time you go, and the second time that week you go, it's 50. So it drops down to 90 a week after the first 4 times. But yeah, like, why not? You're helping save a life, and you're also, making some extra money. So, you want to shout out Grifols Plasma. They have an app. I will say the first time you go, expect to be there for a few hours, because they do like a physical. They have you watch like a whole video about plasma donations and just like the rules and safety and health stuff behind it, and then you have to answer a questionnaire that's kind of long, and then they take you back and they ask you some questions. But then after that initial appointment, it goes a lot quicker. Like, you can like log in before you even walk in the building, and they'll ask you those questions, and they go from like, I don't know, 200 questions to like maybe 50, like once you're like registered in their system, super fast. They give you a QR code. You can scan the QR code when you walk in, so it like automatically lets them know that you're here. You kind of sit in the waiting room for a few minutes. They call you back into like a little room, and they check your I don't know, honestly. Like, they just like prick your finger and put your blood in this thing to check, I guess, like your sugar levels or I forget, protein. I don't remember what it is, but like, I do know if it's like low, they'll tell you can't donate that day and you have to come back. Because they did do that to a friend of mine who wanted to go donate plasma. So like, it's just important that you like eat like a balanced, healthy meal that day, avoid coffee, alcohol, that kind of thing. But yeah, you just, go back there. They sit you in a chair. You can just, for me, it takes about an hour. I have temperamental, my foot's falling asleep already. I have temperamental high maintenance veins. So they usually have to poke me a few times to get, the donation, or they have to like switch. So what's worked for me is them putting the needle in sideways, which is a little uncomfortable, but I've gotten used to it. It's not too bad. But I just pop my headphones in, watch a couple episodes. I love true crime, and so I've just been binging all these different true crime documentaries lately. So yeah, I just go donate plasma, watch my show. Takes about an hour. You usually have to like squeeze something every time the monitor thing blinks. You need to squeeze to pump plasma out. So yeah, but if you haven't already, or if you're interested, just Google Grifols Plasma and you can find locations. I just go to the one downtown. It's the closest to where I work, so I just drive on over there after work. Speaking of driving, still haven't figured out my car shit. Still figuring that out. My sweet, beautiful, amazing, wonderful friend Maria is still letting me use her car to get to and from work. So yeah, I'm still working on that. Car situation, super stressful, causing ridiculous, pointless arguments between me and my husband, but it'll be okay. We'll get through it. Car issues suck. And then I think I talked about it in episode 11, how excited I was to go to that hip hop class in Salt Lake. It's almost like, not that I feel like the universe is against me or anything, but it's almost like I talked about it too much and was like, I'm doing this, I'm so excited, I'm gonna go tomorrow, and the universe was like, no, you're not. Uh-oh. Hold on. I don't know what happened, but my recording stopped. So, on my phone for the audio. That's frustrating. I'll have to figure out how to stick 2 files together. I don't know how to do that. We'll figure it out. Anyways, or I might just have to extract the audio from this video. I'm figuring all kinds of stuff out. I'm not like a super tech savvy video type person, but since I've been doing this, I've been, learning a lot. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah. No, I don't remember. I said, "Oh yeah," but I don't actually remember. What was I talking about? Oh yes. So the hip hop thing. So yeah. It's like I talked about it too much, and then the universe was like, "Yeah, that's not going to happen. You're not going to that tomorrow," because that's when my car broke down on my way to work that morning. The infamous horrible Wednesdays, like they're back again or something. I don't know if I ever talked about this, but since I was like 6 years old, Wednesdays were always my horrible, horrible, no good, very bad days. I don't know why, but I hated Wednesdays. I dreaded them. I remember actually telling my mom, I think it was sixth grade actually, or maybe seventh, telling my mom, Wednesdays are always bad days for me. They're always just horrible. Everything just goes wrong. And my mom was like, well, change the way you look at it. Like, reframe that and think more positively. Instead of thinking Wednesdays are going to be a bad day, get up in the morning and go, Wednesdays are going to be great. Today's going to be a great day. Just think positive. And I tried doing that for a while. I can't remember if it worked. But then a few years later, she ended up passing away in a fire on a fucking Wednesday. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy. And what was weird about it, I actually didn't start talking about this openly until recently. I had a voice that kept coming to me the month prior, actually telling me that she was going to pass away. And I remember like physically like hitting my head, being like, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Because it like freaked me out and it scared me. And I didn't know why this voice kept telling me, your mom's going to die soon. Your mom's going to die soon. Your mom's going to die soon. And the morning that she had passed away in the fire, I was having a horrible nightmare about her. I basically dreamt that I was trying to chase her and catch up to her. And no matter how fast I ran, I couldn't catch up to her. And then this big golden gate opened and she walked through the gate and then it shut and she just kept walking and kind of fading into the distance, and there was smoke or mist, and this man pops up and I'm at like a guard and I'm like, hey, I need you to open the gate. I'm trying to catch my mom. I'm trying to catch up to her. And the man just kept repeating, you may not enter. It is not your time. You may not enter. It is not your time. And I'm crying at this point. I'm like, please open the gate. I got to get to my mom. And he just kept saying, it is not your time. You cannot enter. And while I was chasing her before this, I just kept passing people dressed all in white. And they were just kind of, not interacting with each other, just kind of walking by each other in a weird zombie state, just, kind of out of it. And nobody's talking, interacting. They're just walking in slow motion, dressed all in white. But yeah, but I remember I woke up sobbing. It scared the shit out of me. And yeah, I went to school. People kept asking me, are you okay? You don't look okay. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I had this horrible ass dream about my mom. And I don't know why. And then, yeah, I got home later that evening and we got the news that she had passed away. So, but why do I always start this stuff off with some sad story? But yeah, Wednesdays, like, for the longest time, were just bad days for me. It was to the point that my daughter, like, almost 2 years ago, what was this, 2023, she gave me a gold coin, and she's like, here, Mom, keep it in your desk at work. Hopefully it'll bring you good luck, and you can have good days on Wednesday. So yeah. There's more to that, but I don't really want to go into it. No, I don't. Not today. I've been doing really good lately. I just, there was just a painful feeling that I would associate with that, Wednesday bad day stuff. And it wasn't until a couple years ago that I realized who that painful feeling was attached to. I just would wake up every Wednesday with this missing, longing feeling, like someone was missing. I was missing somebody, and I didn't know who they were. But every Wednesday, I would just have this painful longing, painful missing feeling. And it was like this for years. So I hated Wednesdays because I knew they were going to be a bad day, and I knew I was going to wake up missing somebody. And I would go down the list of all the people I know, all the people I lost, seeing if that feeling was attached to them. Nope. And then I met that person a few years ago who was the source of that longing and missing. We share some sort of soul tie, but I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, it was weird. I still never figured out why it was Wednesday, but I realized that it was attached to this person because a few months after them being in my life, I realized, hey, I haven't had bad days on Wednesdays, and I haven't been having this longing, missing feeling since this person came into my life, and it all just kind of clicked. And then they left my life, and that longing, missing feeling came back, and then it was there every single day. But I'm good now. So much better. So, anyways, we're not talking about that person. We're not talking about my soul tie to this other vessel. I'm not there yet to discuss them. But anyway, I'm annoyed that I took that much time talking about it. Anyway, so I kind of wanted to, so I was just driving to work this morning. I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today. I kind of wanted to do 2 topics in one. So if you've watched my last couple of episodes or listened, you know that my sounding off or exit or goodbye message or whatever you call it, I'm always saying be fucking kind. And I wanted to expand on that, not that like needs explanation, obviously, but I just kind of wanted to expand like what I mean behind it, really. So I have this philosophy that I believe, I might have mentioned this before, that I feel like love starts at home. It starts at home. And I don't think that it's difficult to raise kind, loving children. I just don't. And so it blows my mind, especially with me being a mom that has children that have been bullied and dealt with those issues with other children not being very kind to them. Me being bullied growing up, I have thought about it a lot over the years. Like, I mean, obviously I know a lot of different factors play into it, but I've always just been like, it is not hard to be kind, and it's not hard to raise kind individuals. But I understand that hurt people, and it's what happens sometimes. If you're unhealed, if you're a broken, unhealed person, you're gonna bleed on people that don't cut you. And unfortunately, you may raise tiny humans and not give them the attention and love that they deserve, and then they might grow up to be people that bleed on other people that didn't cut them. So I believe that love starts at home, and I like to believe that if you are filling your children with so much love, making them feel seen, making them feel heard, meeting their needs, giving them your full attention, getting down to their level and having a conversation, helping them understand things that may be a bit confusing for them, like if they do something that they shouldn't. You don't need to yell at them. I understand we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. Like, we have our days, we have our moments. Like, we might already be stressed out about something, and we're also trying to fight against the programming that we were instilled in us, that we were, the household we came from. So sometimes we do reenact behaviors of our parents, and because we're the generation that wants to break generational curses, we feel bad about it. We feel bad when we accidentally snap or yell at our kids because we want to be better than our parents. But you know, get down to their level and understand why whatever they did wasn't okay. You know, don't belittle them. You don't need a name call. One thing that I'm constantly having to remind my own husband of, for example, messes can be cleaned up. Messes can be cleaned up because he has a tendency, he never yells. He never yells. He may raise his voice a little bit, but he never yells. But he has a tendency to kind of just be like, like, you know, why'd you do that? You know, and it's usually centered around the kids spilling something. And it's the way we grew up. Our parents obviously yelled at us. Tiger, from what he's told me, he got his ass beat if he, you know, did almost anything. But that's his story to tell. But, you know, so that's what we have to go off of, is that we either got yelled at or we got hit for doing something as simple as making a mess. And so because we want to do things differently with our own kids and reprogram ourselves and give our children the parents that we always needed but didn't have. But like I said, you have those moments where your programming from how you were raised kicks in first. So, you know, messes can be cleaned up, but once you've yelled at your child, once you've made them feel horrible for spilling cereal, you can't fix that if you've instilled that fear and instilled that core wound of them being afraid to make messes, you know, and then they'll carry that in their body, whether they actually remember that you ever yelled at them for making a mess. The body keeps score, the body never forgets, so they will grow up and most likely yell at their kids when they make a mess. So something we do in our household, we take a minute. I'm so good at it at this point, not to brag or anything, but I don't even need a minute. I just immediately go to, it's okay, don't worry, we can clean it up. Messes can be cleaned up. And my kids are so used to that, oh, I charged that. My kids are so used to, oh well, I guess we lost our, I hate when that happens. That's okay. So my kids are so used to me just going, it's okay, we'll clean it up, that they don't even react, you know, like they don't get upset or, you know, brace themselves to get yelled at because they know that mom's not gonna have an issue if they spill the mess. Like they because my girls are my girls, they still might feel a little bad and be like, oh, that was all my fault. And I'm like, no, it's okay. Like, it's all right. Like, messes can be cleaned up. See, let's clean it up. It's okay. But really, like, they handle it well. They know that they don't have to be afraid or be worried that they're going to be screamed at or hit or something. So, yeah. So, I feel like if you are doing the best you can with giving your kids all the love, attention, guidance, support that they need, making them feel seen, making them feel heard, I feel like if you instill all those things in them and give them all the love that you can, that they will walk out the door, go out into the world, and spread that love everywhere. I mean, that's the goal, right? To increase the amount of love in the world. So that's just my theory. That's just my philosophy. That's my hope, that if we all just give our kids loving, safe, happy homes, do the best we can, they will go out in the world and just spread that love and happiness and care and acceptance and understanding, compassion, you know, unconditional love for others, and just spread it around the world. So that's really what I mean, or one of the ways that I mean when I say be kind. I don't know if I brought this up because I don't go back and listen to my episodes, so I don't know all the time what I talk about and what I don't. But I personally, not judging anybody else, but I've grown a lot personally as an individual, as a person, as a on my healing journey person, and I've just kind of evolved and shifted over the past couple years, and it's just come to the point for me that I don't talk about people. I don't like to gossip. I don't like to be in or entertain spaces that think it's okay to discuss other people, especially when those people are not around to defend themselves, or they're talking with other people, passing judgment about life decisions that somebody else is making. We are only walking in our own shoes. We don't know what other people are going through. We don't know how and why they came to the decision that they came to. If they're happy, that's all that matters. If they're not hurting anybody, that's all that matters. So I just, even if the people I'm around are discussing this other person out of concern and not like talking shit or gossiping, but more out of concern, either way, I tend to shift the conversation or say something like, well, they're happy. We don't know why they came to that decision, but they're happy and that's all that matters. Or depending on who the people are, if I'm not really close to them to begin with and I happen to walk up to them and they're discussing or saying not so nice things about somebody else, I just turn around and walk away and go do my own thing, because it's just very low vibrational to me. Nobody knows what they're going to do in a situation until they're in it. I personally feel the best word I can describe is icky. Talking about other people, discussing other people, literally my brain, because we're human. Everybody kind of just automatically wants to start passing judgment, even if it's just in their head. And even in my mind, my brain will kind of go, ugh, Mercedes, like, no, girl. That's not the vibe. We're not, even because there are still times when like my brain starts to produce, like, getting ready to think something not so nice, and I'm like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. And so even to just sit with other people and listen to or engage in or join in talking negatively about somebody else, I can't do it. Like, it doesn't sit right in my spirit. I can't do it. So that is another way that I mean when I say be fucking kind. Like, nobody likes being talked about. Nobody does. It doesn't feel good. Pay attention to the circles that you're in, like I've said 1,000 times. If you associate with somebody that you notice has something negative to say about everybody, what do you think they're saying about you when you're not around? Like, they're smiling in everybody's face, but you've watched them say bad things about people as soon as they walk away. Like, I had a lot of toxic family members like that, and I hated being around them because of it. I can't do it. Friends, family, me personally, I can't do it. If that's the vibe, if that's the kind of person you want to be, smile in people's faces and then talk horribly about them when they walk away, I can't associate with you. Can't do it. Friends, family, I don't care who you are, can't do it. At least let the person be around to defend themselves, or if you have an issue with them or you don't like a decision they're making in their own life, talk to them about it. I'm speaking from life lessons of my own. Like I said, no shade or judgment on anybody else. I'm speaking about life lessons that I've learned myself, because I was a teenage girl. I gossiped. I lied to kick it, or whatever the term was. Like I engaged in low vibrational stuff in low vibrational spaces with people just to fit in. So yeah, there was a time when I was younger where I gossiped and didn't say nice things about people. Yes, baby.
No,
Didn't you already have one?
No.
I don't know. I'm worried about you. You keep coughing. What did you eat? Because I know you had
I just have a veggie chip.
veggie chips.
Yeah.
Those might have gluten in them, my love.
Mama can eat them
Oh. Well, maybe they're just... When did you have veggie chips?
when we were going to the park.
Oh, so that was hours ago. Okay, what did you have a little while ago? Because you had a sandwich with gluten-free bread.
Yeah.
And strawberries earlier.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was the acidic in strawberries. What else did you have after that? I thought you had a snack after. Oh, no, I told you to wait. Okay, fine. You haven't been coughing the past little bit. What are you going to have for snack?
Can I have veggie chip?
Just a little bit. And then we'll check and see how you do. Okay? Hey, shut my door, my love.
Or wait.
Yes, please. Thank you, baby. What was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, I did that. You know, not proud of it. I had friendships, you know, kind of get damaged because, you know, I wasn't, things that my friends would tell me I wasn't keeping between us. And so these are lessons that I had to learn over the years. So I'm just sharing my wisdom, that's all. I'm just sharing my life experiences and how me, Mercedes, at 37 years old, I can't evolve myself in spaces where people are talking, discussing other people in a negative way, you know. I really try to stay away from that. And I just feel like if you have an issue with somebody, talk to them, you know, just talk to them. Make sure they're in a place to receive what you have to say, because it can go pretty negative if we're currently in a Mercury, you know, retrograde, and it's not a good time to have deep conversations with people, or, you know, they're having a bad day or something. You know, just check the atmosphere, check and make sure we're not currently in a Mercury retrograde, and have the conversation. And, you know, the obvious ones, you know, just in general, be kind to people. I used to think it was fake to have to yes, my love.
I didn't cough when I was eating veggie chip.
You didn't?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm still keeping an eye on it, though. I love you. I forgot what I was going to say. My baby distracted me. Yeah, like you don't know what people are going through. Oh, I used to think that it was super fake to continue to be kind to someone that you can't stand, kind to someone that you don't like, and I'm like, hell no, I ain't doing that. Like, I ain't pretend. If I don't like you, I don't like you. I'm not gonna be around you and pretend like I like you. But again, learning at my big age of 37, it's not fake. You know, it's actually, I feel like, a sign of maturity if you can continue to be civil and be kind to somebody that you just don't particularly vibe with for whatever reason. And yeah, like the obvious ones, something as simple as a smile, complimenting somebody. You have no idea what that, and don't even have to compliment something on the surface, like their shirt or their hair or their makeup or their hat or their glasses or whatever. Like, you could tell them, your energy is dope. Like, we vibe. Like, I love the aura that you bring when you walk into a room. You know, that would probably catch somebody off guard. Like, whoa, really? Like, thank you. You know, it doesn't have to just all be external stuff. Or it could be, I really like your heart. The world needs more people like you. You know, I love saying that to people. The world needs more people like you. Yeah. So anyways, pivoting. I heard this expression years ago. I don't know who originally coined it, but fix another queen's crown without telling the world it was crooked. That was another one that I had to learn, because when I was younger, in a low vibrational place, I would tell other people when another queen's crown was crooked, when I should have just been picking my friend up, helping her get through her stuff and not tell anybody else about it. Like, that's really what that means. Like, if your friend comes to you, they're having a hard time, they're not doing okay, they just broke up with whoever they were with, you know, they lost their job, they're depressed, whatever's going on in their life, and they're just not doing good. And instead of running to give everybody else the tea that this person's life is falling apart, rise to the occasion and be there for your friend. Help your friend through their hard, tough thing that they're going through, and you don't need to tell nobody else about it. No one needs to know that they were going through that hard thing. You know, fix their crown without telling anybody that it was crooked. So, you know, because yeah, I have been there. I have been that person on both sides of that. Like I said, where I have told other people when my friends' crowns were crooked, and I had to live with the aftermath of that if they didn't really trust to tell me things anymore or be that close to me anymore. And I was also on the other side of that. Like, there was a girl that I was friends with, kind of similar to the conversation I was talking about in last week's episode about, you know, being in a low place, kept dating and attracting lots of fuckboys. And I don't know, apparently this particular friend, even though her life was not where she wanted it, her relationship was not how she wanted it. I don't know, she chose to, you know, blast my life all over the place. I don't know, to make herself sound more interesting, or maybe take the microscope off of what was going on in her relationship. I don't know what her reasonings were behind it, but she actually ended up telling me that she was sharing my life, stalking my whole life on the boardwalk, telling my whole life to her coworkers. And she told me this, and I'm like, why? Like, I don't know these people. Like, why are you telling them my whole life? Why are you telling me about, you know, how this thing that, you know, this situationship that I just recently got out of with this guy or whatever, like, you know. And it was very uncomfortable. It was very unsettling. I didn't like the fact that a complete stranger that I didn't even know knew about my life, and she's at work with these people discussing me and then telling me about it. And then on a different occasion, she told me that her and her boyfriend just don't have much to talk about. So in order for them to have things to talk about, she discusses me and my life. And I'm like, really? Like, your relationship is that, they're like, there's that many, I mean, your communication is not quite there with him, to the point where the only way to get him to pay attention to you and communicate with you is to discuss me. So that was unsettling, that was jarring, and it was weird that she felt so comfortable just telling me this. And yeah, it made me feel some kind of way, but it also helped me see what it must have felt like for other people when I discussed their life, when that was not my place to do. So it was almost like karma was giving it back to me, because then I learned that valuable lesson to not discuss other people and their lives. And, you know, so, yeah. So I really just try to refrain from that, because, you know, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't, you know, and nobody wants to be talked about. So, yeah, so that was basically the two things I wanted to talk about. Not much else for today. So I'm gonna stop it here. And I feel like my schedule is just all over the place, because I skipped a week due to just being stressed with my car issues. So I know that before I was releasing an episode on Monday and Friday, and now it's just kind of all over the place. So I will get that back on track, and I will get another guest on. I don't know when. I've been trying to get Tiger to come on for a while, but those of you that know Tiger in real life, he's very shy. He is very observant, really only talks to you if you talk to him. I mean, that's everybody else in the world. Me, he never shuts the fuck up. He's very comfortable with me. But being comfortable with me but then being comfortable with me with a camera on us or us being recorded is a very different thing. So he is just still a little like hesitant about it. And so, I mean, it doesn't have to be a recorded episode. We can just do audio, and maybe he'll be a little more relaxed. And then I also feel like I have to prep him because he's so politically incorrect and says a lot of things that you should not say. So I feel like I would just be editing a lot of our dialogue out because he has no filter, and I have to constantly get after him with what's okay to say and what is offensive. So, but he is very funny. So funny. Funniest person I know. We have great conversations. We have so much fun. So I just would like everybody to see that. But yeah. And then the car stuff has been a lot for both of us. He's super stressed out. You know, he always wants to just make sure everything in my world is perfect and running smoothly. So the fact that my car is having issues is just really bothering him because he never wants anything to be wrong with me. He never wants anybody to hurt me or anything to be stressing me out. So Tiger in a nutshell, if you broke his crayons in kindergarten, he fucking hates you. He still fucking hates you. He can hold a grudge forever. But if you broke my crayons in kindergarten, he really fucking hates you and wants to like hunt you down and beat you up. So it doesn't matter to him. I've had friends that I've had a falling out with, and then I make up with them, and he's like, I don't care, I still fucking hate them. Like, they hurt you, I hate them. And so, yeah, so this car stuff, it's stressful for both of us, but he also hates seeing his wife upset. So I love him. But yeah, one of these days, I think I want to do like a couples episode because we have like couples card games. And so I really think it would be fun to do that. But yeah, he needs to be in a better space mentally and emotionally because he's just really stressed out. So I feel like if I get him on now, he's not going to be able to relax enough to just have a good time and his real side come out and him be funny and silly. And yeah, so, but he's camera shy. So like, everybody in our real life, nobody knows him on the level that I do. He only gives everybody else maybe 2% of who he is, where I get the whole unfiltered 100%. And so, you know, I'd really like to be able to get at least like 80% of that out for everybody to see. But, you know, but yeah, so love you guys. I appreciate you listening. I've appreciated the support that I've been getting lately and the people that have been reaching out to me, telling me that my podcast has been resonating with them, and that they really like it. I love hearing that. That makes me feel amazing. And it motivates me to keep going, that I'm, you know, resonating with people and, you know, hitting them right in their feels, I guess, because I've had people contact me telling me that like my episode made them cry or made them tear up, and I'm not trying to purposely do that. I'm just speaking my truth. But I've appreciated the people that have reached out and sent me messages and shared and liked my stuff. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I just wanted to give a special shout out to those people. Like, thank you so much. Whether I haven't seen you in years or not, or talked to you in years, or run into you at the store or not, or if you're someone I've never even met in real life, like I appreciate the support, and all the sweet, kind words. So, but I'm gonna end it here. As always, be fucking kind. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know if they attempted to unalive themselves the night before and it failed, or whatever. You don't know. You don't know what people are going through. You don't. So just be kind. I get it. We all have our days. We're stressed out. We're annoyed. You know, everybody may suck, but still be kind. Be kind. You have no idea the impact it'll have on somebody else. No idea. So, but thanks for listening. And this has been Play With Your Dick, Not Me. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.